with the NAWCQ 2026 Genesys Championship champion, Hanko Chow. How are you doing? How are you feeling?
Feeling like on top of the world. You know, like I said, I've won a lot of regionals and I've topped some YCSs in my past, but like this is a different feeling. I'm not going to Worlds, but like I'm going to Japan for with accommodations. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, winning the first of anything, you know, like I should have won that first Genesys event, but Eddie got really lucky. I'm just saying. But
has it settled in yet?
Yeah. I'm calmer. I'm settling in, but like, look at all this prizing I got. Like, this is how much stuff I gotta bring home, guys. Like, how am I gonna do that? Like, I got what? What is this? Genesys Rarity 5 complete set. Like all these packs to the Xbox thing. Look at all these binders with all these shiny cardboard. Like, man, like I didn't expect myself to win this much. I was expecting myself to get top 8. You know, get sacked by some other person. You know, get unlucky. But then here we are. Like my top 8 round was against the one guy that's playing Blitzclick with the Angelici cards, so I was pretty nervous about that. But we got there in the end. Yeah, just I had a strategy coming into this event, but before we get to that, I want to give a big shout out to my friend Jimmy, who managed to finish top 8 at the North American Advanced format. But before this weekend, like, I was practicing all these other funny decks that I had, but they were all bad. And then Jimmy, who by the way, top 8'd the other 2 Genesys events before with Cool Tune. You know, he was clearly more successful than me in Genesys. So, you know, I went to him for advice.
No way, Hanko. Nah, you're way.
I was good at the start, but then I was falling behind, and then Jimmy told me, play a better deck, Hanko. It is the championship after all, right? So I said, you know what? I'll pick up the cards, I'll get more serious into this, even though I have like little to no playtesting with the deck. But I seen it in action enough that I kind of get the gist of it. So I was kind of learning along as I go, but it was really fun. Like, this deck is absurdly underpointed, let's say that.
Yeah, we'll see how it is after the next update. Well, thank you. Let's take a look at your list.
Yeah, so let's start with the main deck first. So the main deck was Jimmy's idea. I barely made any changes to it, but I do have one change I would make if I could go back in time and change one thing. But anyways, let's start out with the monsters. 3 Surge Blitzclick, she's pretty cool, and 3 Grain Blitzclick, and 1 Emmy Blitzclick. These are the 3 cards that are what they call, what Konami said as gadgety cards, because they search, they don't search each other, but they search for more cards when you combine them together. Like, you have to have one on the field to see the popping effect. So like, Surge pops a monster, Brain pops a back row, and Emmy, when it's like Poplar, so when you add it, you trigger it, and then you target any card on the field, and then pop it. So, but so they're kind of like Bystials, where you target a card, and if you manage to hit it, then you get to summon it. But like, no, you don't get to summon it. You get to summon any thunder from your hand. So like, depending on the combination of cards you have, you might want to summon something different, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I like these cards not only because they remind me of Bystials, but they kind of remind me of like Spiral Super Agent, because it feels like when you're able to like pressure a card from your hand and not from the field, it is very hard for certain decks to interact with. So yeah, it's just, that's like the biggest strength for this deck. So anyway, so yeah, like I said, she searches monsters, this guy searches spells, and then she searches trap cards. So yeah, those are all the main searchers of the deck. These are well, actually, you know what, sorry, Crackle Blitzkrieg is also kind of like a searcher. He dumps any spell or trap, but he's also like the Ghost Ogre of the deck. So he's he plays a little bit differently than these kind of cards. So I put him in a separate kind of category, but he could be part of like a lot of 2-card combos. Yep. But anyway, this card though, oh my goodness, Whisker Blitzklick, he's insane, the man. He's the boss. When you resolve him, the table is flipped. Like, he's huge. He's 3,000 attack, and with a field spell, he goes up to 35. That's like almost half your opponent's life point if you just swing with it. So like, imagine resolving Illusion Gate, but instead of summoning one monster for like whatever amount of damage, you're summoning like 10,000 damage or 9,000 damage. Like, oh my goodness. So So Illusion Gate might have went to like 10 points each, but this card though, oh my god, how many points is Whisker at? What the heck?
On the off chance you don't just win the game from resolving this, every single one of them triggers right after.
Yes. So sorry. So, like I said at the start, these cards have to see what happens to pop. So what makes Whisker so unique is that he summons first and then pops the cards. So these cards here, they pop first and then summon, which makes it like really tricky. But Whisker though, oh, he sets up everything. But only if the condition is fulfilled. So he has to see another Blitzclick card destroy a card on the field that you own. A Blitzclick card that you own get destroyed cards. If your opponent is using a Blitzclick card, and pops something that doesn't fulfill this condition, you have to be your own Blitzclick card.
Yeah.
So just to make that clear, but yeah, he's just broken and he's 0 points. Yeah, these are 4 point each. Surge is 4 points each. That's 12 each in the first set. And the field spells 5 point each. Okay. So these are all the Blitzclick monsters. Let's go over some other core parts of the Blitzclick package. So this one, I feel like this card used to be called Kowloon or something.
Yeah,
It looks like Kowloon.
In Japanese, Kowloon is it looks like Kowloon.
Yeah, I guess Virtual World took over the word Kowloon or something, but Kowloon Hong Kong. I love that song. But anyways, this field spell is 5 point each. It's the main searcher of the deck, but it is not a 1-card combo by any means. You need other cards to actually combo off with it. So it's not the most important card you want to go after, but like this card, Blitzclick Breakaway, is actually more of a 1-card combo, right? Or is it 1 point? It's still a 2-card combo.
There is no 1-card combo. It's very much like Vanquish Soul in a sense.
Okay, I think you go a lot farther with this card than this card by itself, because
it's not a 1-card combo because it needs to bounce the Whiskers into it.
True. You don't get extreme far, but you get a little bit out of it. But anyways, so yeah, this card gives all your guys 500 attack boost. So it's kind of like what's that? Yummy Mignon. It's pretty crazy. But okay, Yummy Mignon is actually better. Sorry.
But Dolce Chateau.
Yeah, Chateau. Yeah.
But only yours.
So you give your opponent a token, and if they accept the token, then you get any monster. And like you can see where it goes. Like you're gonna get Surge, you give him a token, pop the token with Surge, and now you have a Surge free on the field. Now you just gotta have all these other cards to pop, and then the Surge will see it, and then you'll pop off from there. So yeah, like if this resolves with any other cards, like it's this feels about the Surge monster. It's pretty good. It helps you facilitate the Whisker because you're giving your opponent a card for you to pop. That's what I want to say. Okay. Anyways, so 3 Breakaway. This might just be like the next what's it called? What's that? Mitsurugi Prayers level kind of card. Maybe it's not as powerful as Mitsurugi's Prayers, but like it's pretty good. If luckily you can only use one of the bulletin point effects per turn, and normally you'll be using this to place the continuous traps face up, just like that Ritual Light and Darkness deck. That's like one of the themes of this. So these are the continuous traps that you want to place with this. This card is like Altergeist Protocol or like the Evil Swarm Trap, where you can just shuffle back a card to add another card. But so yeah, shuffle back any Blitzclick card. So not just the monster, you can shuffle back any of the Blitzclick cards to add any Thunder monster. So you got to look up all the Thunder monsters, and there's a lot of potential with this card. Oh my goodness. And then this one is your main other interruption and defensive card. Blitzclick Return Stroke. It makes your guys immune to destruction effects, and then it also is a spell negate. Pretty strong.
And
so
keep in mind, this card turns on Whisker. Some people don't accept it.
All
these cards turn on Whisker.
Yeah, like these two. If you have Whisker on the field and you bounce Whisker with these guys' effects, like it's the best combo. So Breakaway has a second effect where you get to return any Thunder monster you control to the hand as cost to target a card on the field and destroy it. So this is a Blitzclick card. It will destroy a card. Now you fulfill the Whisker condition, and you're in a driver's seat.
It's the most powerful grind loop of this deck.
Yes. And this has a graveyard effect to add back any Blitzclick in your graveyard or on the field, so it helps you dodge effects as well as just a resource system. But you don't normally want this in the grave unless like it's the last kind of turn, like it's the finisher kind of thing. So yeah, I did wish I had a third alternate at one of the grindiest games that we had, but like we got there in the end. So anyways, these are all the Blitzclick cards.
I think it worked out.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, sorry. So one more Blitzclick card. Step Leader. This card is actually not bad. It reads pretty poor because it's like it's like a marauding captain. Just summon one from your hand and you destroy this card. What? It's a -1. No, it's not a -1. It actually helps you combo. Like you would use this, summon the. Sorry, I should have this. You would use this, summon the Surge or the Grain or whatever. Then this will get destroyed, and because she saw a card being destroyed by a Blitzclick card effect, this will now trigger. Pretty good. And then later on, you'll add this back, and then this will help. And if this card sees another card get destroyed, you'll add back cards in the graveyard. It's a very. This card helps you play around the lava golems, the kaijus and stuff, because you'll leave this on the field. They tribute your cards away, thinking like, oh, that's it. But if you have any other way to like complement this card, then you'll add it back, and then you have a bit more insurance. Let's say that. So yeah, these are all the Blitzclick cards. They're just so good. Oh my goodness, how do I say this? So these are the supporting cast. Let's start off with 7 Tachyon. Since this deck, a very important thing I forgot to mention is if you use any Blitzclick card effect, you are locked out of summoning anything from anywhere except from the hand.
So 4 is literally a -1.
Yeah. So this card does not summon from the extra deck at all, even though Jimmy thinks that it might come up, but it does not.
It did come up for me once in Spins because I had to
Really?
already. Yeah.
Didn't come up for me at all. But yeah, this card just says search not every card, but most of the cards in your deck. So I will reveal you some of the most important ones. Giant Hand is probably the one that I used the most. I used this one a couple of times because of this card, Thunderclap Monk. I played 3 of this. This card is basically like Quackumeru Guardian. You tribute it to negate a monster effect, but only if it's summoned from the hand, like a special summon from the hand. So that's why it's important to note, like these cards, when you pop the card, you get to summon any thunder from your hand. So this will just help fulfill this condition. So pretty cool synergy. Anyway, so that's the one you would search for this. This can search for either Surge or Planet Pathfinder, which is kind of an honorary member. I wasn't a big fan of this card, but I mean, it helps. It's your normal summon. It takes up your normal summon, but it gets you to the field spell, which does help you play. So it's probably like the worst starter, but like you need it. Yeah. Like I wouldn't play the deck without it, but it was good. You know what? Sorry. We need to still talk about 7 Tachyon. These are the 2 number monsters, and then we got these water ones. Apparently, I'm supposed to search Perulia at some point, but these didn't come up. And then there's 107 Tachyon. This is level 9, and this guy here, Thunder King, the Lightning Strike Kaiju, is a level 9, and it's Thunder. So this card can search for these cards, and you want to set this up that way you have a monster effect negate, and you want to break boards with this. So yeah, everything in this deck is toolboxable. I know that people think that Thunder King Ryo is good in this deck, which it is good. It's just that it's 20 points, and unfortunately we rather use our point budget for something else. So yeah, we'll talk about the extra deck more later, but yep, just so fast. This is what I think is like the entrance fee to the Genesys format as of right now. 3 Molcharme Perulia, 3 Molcharme Fualos. Playing all 6 of them will cost 51 points. This card is definitely far better than this card because this is the best deck of the format. Even against Fairy Tail, this is still exponentially better. But against all the other decks like Tellarknight or Rank 4 Slop, and even Fairy Tail or the Fusion decks, the Synchro Spam decks, RDA, you just need this card.
Sorry. Your phone's full on battery.
So yeah, like you got to play these 6 Charmanes just to have a chance to going second, because if your opponent is able to full combo, even with the power level of this deck with 6 engine cards, you're not necessarily able to break them. So these cards help tell your opponent, hey, maybe you should slow down, don't give me too many cards, because if you do, I might draw into Lava Golem, one of the best board breakers in this format, just because it takes care of 2 monsters. You don't necessarily care about your normal summon, and it's just perfect. Sphere mode is untargetable, I think that's a little bit annoying for me, but you can just destroy Sphere mode or Lava Golem with this Whisker to finish off the game. But yeah, and maybe the burn answer might come up. I don't think it did, but yeah, this card was very good for me, and it just complements the Thunder King Kaiju very well. So yeah, and then the last card of the deck is the 1 Ghost Ogre for another 4 points. I drew this card pretty often, I think. Kind of wish I could play more, but the point budget was pretty tight. So yeah, this is 4 points, right? I'm pretty sure or something. Yeah. And yeah, that's the main deck. The one card I might change in this deck was, if I had the chance to, going back in time, probably play one less of this. And then this deck is 41. If I just play one less, it'll be 40 cards, and then you'll have better odds drawing Whisker plus Crackle or something. So, very minor change. Anyways, that's the main deck. Let's go to my side deck first, because the extra deck is less relevant. But, or you know, let's just go to the side. No, sorry. The extra deck is where the goo is, or kinda. So, this deck with the 6 Charmies, I decided to not listen to Jimmy and say, hey, I'm going to go second game 1, because I think I have better odds at breaking boards. Sure, I lost a few games going I lost a few games going second game 1, but I did win a lot of games going second game 1 as well. So I think my theory was fine until top cut. I did fully commit to just going first game 1, if I can, which begs the question, what do I do post side? Is this deck going first or second? And we decided to go first. And when we do go first, we have all these breakers that we got to take out, right? So let's start things off with Cosmic Cycle. This card's, you know, generic. You can play going first, second, and it's just really good. Banishing the spell trap is pretty important, especially in the mirror, because you don't want those cards to go to the graveyard. I think this card was perfect. Jimmy thinks that Artifact Lancia was important, so he played the C102 and took out one for Lancia, but
Just a little bit of flexibility.
yeah, because Dark Lords and other decks like
Dark Lords should always...
yeah, there's a lot of combo decks that banish, and if I had the 1-up slot, maybe it could have been fine, but I didn't face any of them, so we're chilling. So yeah, these are 1 point each, so that's where the rest of my point budget went. And here we go. So there's a lot of unpointed floodgates in this format, which are pretty auto win when you go first against very specific decks. So Stygian Dirge reduces the levels of all your opponent's monster by 1, which is extremely good against Synchro and XYZ decks. 0 points. Non-fusion area prevents fusion summon. It doesn't stop like contact fusion, like special, like that specifically say, hey, you can special summon this card from your extra deck by doing blah blah blah. But you don't want people that play Draco Tail cards to resolve a fusion summon. They just go like plus infinity. So these cards are solid. I never saw these cards, by the way. Never saw them, but the theory was so solid to me. So these are broken, if you can see them. Next up, the Eye of Truth. This was the secret goo for the weekend, guys. Jimmy told me about this.
Rotary and Spirit.
Yeah. Like this card was the goo, because like this deck, in order to activate like a crack, in order to activate Surge, you know, or Emmy or Green or any of them, sorry, they need to be revealed. And if your hand's already revealed, you cannot activate them. So yeah, this card's insane against Blitzcrank. It's also insane against the Sacred Beast deck that, as you see on the feature match against Sam, but not, I wasn't the one who used it, but he got this flipped against him, and it basically won him the game. So yeah, this card's insane. You had to play it to be ready for this Blitzcrank format. And then the last card I chose, this was going to be Magic Deflector. This was going to be Vascular Restrict, which Jimmy insisted I should have played, and I might have should have listened to him, because I did play against like a Genesys voice deck, and I lost to it. But I wanted more cards for the mirror match, and I wanted a card that either stops Whisker or punishes Whisker, or yeah. And this is what I chose: Waking the Dragon.
No way.
Yeah, and I saw one other guy play this too. So you know, it's not like an. It was not that what's that word? Not that surprising. Let's say that. But I mean, unfortunately for me, all these side deck cards, I have never drawn them except for Cosmic Cyclone. I wish I did draw this a couple times, but my opponent just luckily for them never popped it when they should have. So yeah, but in theory, if my opponent pops this before I use any Blitzcrank effect that locks me out of summoning from anywhere else but the hand, then this can summon a monster that will be nearly invincible to a point where my opponent cannot OTK me. So here we go to the extra deck.
I'm gonna pause it real quick.
Sorry,
I'm gonna delete a few more.
Yeah, sorry. Are we good, Eddie? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, this is my side deck as a recap. The Eye of Truth, non-fusion areas, Stygian Dirge, all 0 point floodgates, even Mask Restrict and Magic Deflector. These are really good choices to play when you smoke screen to go first. And then Cosmic Cyclone and the board break, and Waking the Dragon for Radiant Typhoon in the mirror match, because they're inevitably going to pop your card, and when they do, they will get punished. I will show you what I can summon right now. So this is the extra deck. We already gone over this. These are the 7 Tachyon cards. Only Giant Hand and Masquerade were relevant. And oh yeah, I did reveal this one time for the Kaiju. So next up, generic rank 4 options. These will come up. Hanko never did, but these are all 0-point rank 4s. They're pretty good, yeah. And then next up, Raid Raptor Revolution, Rising Rebellion Falcon, and Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate Dragon. These were the 2 choices I made for Waking the Dragon. This card is 4,000 attack, unaffected by card effects. That's all you need to know. But I would rather summon this one in the mirror because this card's untargetable and indestructible by your opponent's card effects. And once per turn, you get to pop a card on the field. So what is the out? Well, you gotta just search the Kaiju, right? So you gotta pair the Waking the Dragon with a way to like stop your opponent from searching the Kaiju with the trap. So as long as you can have a Whiska in your hand and like fulfill the condition, you're just gonna hold that for their trap. And then like it doesn't matter what they do, as long as you have this card on the field, you can't lose in the mirror. And I chose to have this as a secondary option in case I see my opponent playing like Swords Concealing Light or Book of Eclipse, because this card is not immune to that. So yeah, just an option. But yeah, never got to summon these. Would have been nice too, but yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is, because I didn't win with any of these cards. I just drew this a couple times and I drew Engine a lot. So that just goes to show you how strong this engine is. It's so good. So good to a point that 7 out of the top 8 decks are Blitz Click. So what can I say, right? The results speak for themselves. So
Any
yeah.
final thoughts?
Genesys is fun, and I always keep telling myself the format will get more diverse in the future. And I really hope so, because I had so many other fun ideas I could have played. But yeah, just not this one. This one I had to try and play a real deck. So yeah, oh wait. Shout out to Eddie Strom for not playing the event, because if he played the event, this timeline would have been different. Different timeline. I'm in the crazy timeline where Eddie was a responsible adult and working, And shout out to Jimmy again. He told me to play a better deck, and I listened to him. Shout out to all my friends from Barrie in the Toronto area that believe in me, that support me. Shout out to TCG Player. Check out my TCG Player articles. I will be writing a recap, I guess, about my North America WCQ and GC experience. And yeah, shout out to Konami and the Genesys format. Thank you.